In this video, we're going through the custom import and custom export set of features included with SellerEngine Plus. Aside from the predefined formats, our software allows you to export information from the inventory database in a custom format where you can choose which columns get included in the exported file. So let's say we want to export this selection of items from this current database. So to do this, click Set Amazon Flags, then set Export to Amazon for selected items and Clear for the rest. This will allow us to export just the items in our selection. So to proceed with exporting, click Export, Export Inventory to a file, choose the custom format and make sure that this option here is checked to process just the items that were marked for export. Click Next. In this next step, you have a list of available fields, and by default they're all marked for export. You can uncheck all, then individually select which fields you want to export. You can rename fields and change the order in which they are exported. Once you are done tweaking your export preferences, you can save them as a pattern to be used for later exports. To load a pattern, click Load Fields Associations, browse to the previously saved file, and click Open. This feature saves you time whenever you want to do another custom export in the same format. Once you're done, just click Finish to save the file. Moving on to custom imports, let's open a new database so I can show you how to import the previously exported file. To import the file, click Import, Import from File, click Next, browse to the location of the file you want to import, set the file format to custom, and click Next. Now the software asks you if you want the inventory import wizard to try to automatically match the column names in the import file with the predefined ones in the inventory grid. Click Yes, and depending on how the columns were named in the import file, the software may or may not assign the appropriate inventory grid columns. The columns on top are the ones from the import file, and the ones on the bottom are the ones that were automatically assigned to the ones in the import file. Notice how the ASIN column wasn't associated with any of the predefined columns in the inventory grid because we previously renamed the product ID column to ASIN when we exported the file. So to assign the appropriate column to this one that's being imported, click the drop down and select product ID. Just like with exporting, you can save and load patterns of how you import information, and this is useful if you plan to import from files that come in the same structure. Once you are done, click Finish, and you will see the database being populated with the items that were in the import file. All you need to do now is run a price check to populate the remaining fields, and you are good to go. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, please send us an email to support@sellerengine.com.